Get up, get an idea, get a plan, get knocked down, get over it, get up again. Lose sleep, lose your mind, lose your heart, lose control, lose yourself. Try this, try that, try harder, try it on, try different, try the impossible. Push up, push on, push the boundaries, push the button, push yourself, push the limits. You can do more, go further, go faster, be one step ahead. Just never stand still.
I'm Giovanni Mesgets. I'm a general manager at Microsoft. I look after Sky for Business Marketing. The number one opportunity for Plantronics to take advantage of as we disrupt the telephony and enterprise voice market in the enterprise is to really provide our customer a comprehensive end-to-end solution. We provide the software to IT to manage and make this all possible, and Plantronics can provide the hardware and the devices and make it part of their life. I was able today to take a quick peek of what you have here, providing an environment that enables people to work anywhere. And with Plantronic device, you're not only at your desk, you're everywhere. I really find it incredible. Well, I think that there is a great opportunity for IT to really empower the people in the organization using Plantronics devices and Sky for Business and Microsoft. And that is really to make people and users in the organization the center of what they do. They can deliver the cool gadgets, the cool software to make people's life better and more productive. There's no better job than that. And Microsoft and Plantronics together can enable it.
Why are 1/3 of IT managers reporting UC adoption rates in the low 10% range? Where's the disconnect? It's right here in the last 3 feet, in the complexity created between the user and the call. We look at bridging this gap from way up here. We make voice work seamlessly with the best UC partners. We know the strategic steps you have to take to integrate your systems and have tools to help you plan and deploy. So that right here, where other deployments can come to a screeching halt, we make it simple, and you make your deployment a success.
Hello. Hey, Roxanne, thanks for calling back.
I don't always know what the day is going to throw at me.
But I know I've got to get the job done.
That's why I only use the Dell Rugged tablet. I've put this tablet through the worst conditions. It's gotten cold, really cold.
It takes a hit and the heat and keeps on going. No matter where I work.
It works too. Even in bright sunlight, I can see my screen with total clarity.
And the touch display works with my gloves on.
I can go all day without plugging in thanks to its 2 swappable batteries.
And set up on the floor with an attachable keyboard or powered dual monitors at my desk.
It docks securely in my truck, then breaks away at a moment's notice.
I can bring up plans, contact suppliers, schedule shipments,
And stay on task, even in the most remote places.
I depend on my Dell Rugged tablet.
Because it's built to handle everything I do.
The new Dell Latitude 12 rugged tablet with Intel Core processor family. Intelligently tough.
Come with me. I can tell you Good morning. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everyone. We're very honored to have you today. It's a big day for Microsoft in Qatar, launching the Microsoft Innovation Summit, bringing under one roof all the innovations and technologies that will empower every person and every organization in this room to achieve more and do more. This is Microsoft's vision that we're trying to bring it to life today through the different technologies and innovations you're going to see. We're going to talk about Windows 10, we're going to talk about Surface, we're going to talk about Surface Hub, we're going to talk about Lumia for the first time as part of the Microsoft family, we're going to talk about our Office 16, we're going to talk about many other stuff, and we're going to talk about overall cloud story. The overall cloud story is going to give you an idea on where Microsoft is going, where the industry is going, and how the different technologies comes together to help you in different use scenarios, in your personal use, but also in your business use. So I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy the day with all the demos and technologies you're going to see, and some of the very exciting product announcements we're going to do. Now, this event couldn't have been easy to come at this scale, with all of this audience and with the quality without our partners. So I want to take this opportunity to thank our partners and sponsors who has been with us one by one. I want to thank Dell, Lenovo, Intel, QDS, ICT, Nintex, Everteam, DR Middle East, Ibla, Plantronics, and Mannae Trading Co. Thank you for being with us and for helping us bring all of this under one roof. All of those technologies, when we bring them into Qatar, we bring them to also work with the Microsoft Qatar strategy that has been to try to be as impactful as possible on the Qatar 2030 vision. All the work we do on human development and education, all the work in enabling the government and private organizations deliver services to better service to their customers, and all the work we're doing with SMBs, providing them cloud services for them to be more efficient and more competitive, is toward an impact on the Qatar 2030 vision, and we hope that you will see today. And this is not only a normal event. You're going to see it's only a 2.5 hours, but we have a technology show outside. So once we finish, please go outside. There will be a lunch. We have more than 100 different devices and technology piece that is going to be there, that you can see, that you can experience, that you can talk to experts from Microsoft and from our partners. We also have a couple of interesting announcements with Ooredoo today on where Ooredoo is going to sell basically outside, bundled of Surface Pro 4, but also Lumia. And I want to take this opportunity to maybe the first time at the Microsoft Qatar to welcome the previous Nokia team, the now Microsoft team with us. I think they've done a great job with the new phone that are coming. You're going to see some really exciting devices outside, and I really encourage you to come and see it on stage with Ooredoo and also on the Microsoft booth. There's also prizes that you can win. So there will be some feedback form. It's either in the package in your hands or you can collect it from the team there. Please fill the form. At the end, there will be prizes around a Lumia 950 XL and a Surface Pro 4 that you can take with you at the end of the day. So please make sure you fill the forms. Now, I don't want to delay more. I want to start with our first speaker, a special speaker, our keynote speaker, who's coming from Microsoft Middle East Africa, to share with us the overall Microsoft innovation story. For you to have an idea where Microsoft is going, how we're reinventing ourselves in a mobile-first and cloud-first environment. So I would like to welcome on stage Isabel Schubert, our Chief Marketing and Operations Officer for Middle East and Africa. Isabel, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Naeem. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues. A very warm welcome to our Microsoft Innovation event here in the beautiful city of Qatar. I'm very delighted to see that many people here in the room, and what I can promise to you, that we will have a fantastic agenda for you and that you will leave the event with a lot of new ideas and a lot of new information. My name is Isabel Schuber, and I'm the Chief Marketing and Operations Officer for Microsoft in Middle East and Africa. I'm very excited to be here, particularly because of two reasons. Number one, I have heard a lot about this amazing, vibrant, beautiful, and fast speed city of Doha. And I have to admit that it's actually my first time here, and the city is already exceeding my expectations. Secondly, I'm very honored to have the opportunity to give you the Microsoft Innovation speech today, and then afterwards spending time with you during the course of the day. Before I get started, let me briefly introduce myself so that you know who's actually up on stage here. As you can hear from the accent, I'm German, born and raised in Munich, Germany. This is also where I graduated from university. And 16 years ago, I joined Microsoft in Germany. I was 9 years in the German subsidiary on the sales and on the marketing side. And then I decided to move to the Microsoft headquarters in Seattle to lead the Windows 7 launch globally. 2 years later, actually, I thought, oh, there might be more challenges out there. So I moved to China, to Beijing, actually, to lead the Windows strategy for Microsoft in China. In 2013, I continued my journey, and I took over the responsibility for marketing and operations in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Since last July, I'm in the headquarters of Microsoft in Middle East and Africa, based in Dubai, and I have to say that I love to live in the Middle East, and I also love to work in the Middle East, and it has been just a fantastic and amazing journey. So, let's get started. Here we go. The world has changed, and it actually has changed super rapidly. And let's be very clear about it. It will change even more rapidly going forward. We live in a world with unlimited devices, application, data. Actually, so much data that we cannot even consume anymore. And technology has led to this disruption. What we see from a disruption perspective is that there are new business models out there. So it's a business model disruption. We live in an app-centric world. New devices are coming to the market more or less every day. There's also an increasing amount of cybercrime. And what we also have to do is we have to integrate the Generation Y into the workforce. Last but not least, we have to build new capabilities in this changing and fast-moving marketplace. This digital economy that we are in actually holds quite some risk on one side, but on the other side also great opportunities. And this is what we should proactively face. But let's be clear. Survival is at stake. Guess how many of the Fortune 500 companies that were there in 1955 are still there? Any guesses? Okay, I help you. It's actually fewer than 12%. Only 61 companies that have been there in 1955 are still listed in the Fortune 500 today. 88% are just gone. And what we expect, that the life expectation of a company in the Fortune 500 will decrease even further. So at the moment, we assume a 15 years life expectation, but it will continue to decrease. This development that is currently happening has potential and impact not only to our organization, but also to our personal and private lives. So in order to bring it to the point, let me quote Jack Welch by saying, if the rate of change on the outside exceeds the rate of change on the inside, the end is near. I think this is very clear and very obvious. So, the world is now a network. What does this mean? What is new today? What has changed from the past? In the past, it was very easy. We connected one phone to another phone, and two people were actually talking to each other. Now, it's about we connect computers, we connect hardware, we connect devices, we connect servers, and we connect supercomputers. On top of it, we have the Internet of Things. And this is where we have intelligent sensors out there connected to equipment to really understand what is going on. And all this information comes back to us. This is where we need software from in order to make this information consumable for us, but also that we can work with it. So we have apps available, we have portals available for all this information that actually comes from the networks. And of course, also in our personal lives, there were quite a lot of changes. When we think about it, the latest and greatest breaking news comes through Twitter. Usually, where we look at when we want to hire a new person or when we decide, hey, I might want to go to another company, we look at LinkedIn. Also, when we want to share personal information with family and friends, we go to Facebook and Instagram. So this is really the new world that is out there. And this is the shift that is happening in this mobile-first, cloud-first world. We need to be agile, we need to be flexible, and we need to be very efficient in order to drive these changes. Let me just give you two examples that you see here on the slides that I think mean a lot. So first of all, the relationship of companies with customers has fundamentally changed. In the past, a customer was somebody who was receiving a good or a service. Now, it's totally different. Actually, the customers are active participants in the product development, they provide feedback, and in a lot of cases, they are also the ones who do marketing for a company and communications for a company. And this is where we and our technology needs to be ready for, and we need to be agile to deliver against these needs. Let me give you another example. The way how we collaborate has changed significantly. And this is where the Generation Y comes into the game. Let's face it, these people don't know a world without social networking. So for them, it's just natural and usual to share more. And if they need to get any feedback or any advice or any insights, they just go to their network to ask for it. This is also what technology needs to be ready for in order to make sure that everybody in the organization can deliver and have the greatest impact when they work. In fact, these changes in the professional area and in their personal lives are opportunities. And this is what really drives Microsoft on in the Microsoft transformation. When we look at what has happened over the last 18 months, there were huge major changes. So number one is we introduced Office for iPads. Number two is we have a consistent Windows experience across all types of devices. And the third one is we embrace different virtual machines on Azure. And all this momentum is only possible because of the feedback and the momentum that always comes from you, our customers and our partners. Let me quote our CEO, Satya Nadella, because I think he really brought it to the point. It's not just about technology. It goes far beyond that. It is even the approach that we take to our business. It is how we partner, how we create the flexibility that speaks to the real-world needs of our customers. That is the transformation that is afoot. That's the momentum that we have inside of Microsoft, driven by all of you. The source of this transformation is actually our mission. And the mission is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. To be very clear, we are the only organization that deeply cares about our commercial customers, about enterprises, as well as individuals. Secondly, we are also the only organization that deeply cares about taking the technology that we have to bring it to global companies as well as to every vertical industry across the globe. The mission is built on 3 pillars. Here we go. So number 1 is create more personal computing. Number 2, build the intelligent cloud. And third, reinvent business productivity and business processes. As Naeem already said before, you will see a lot of concrete examples, but let me just quickly go through it so that you have an understanding what all this means. So, when it comes to create more personal computing, it's actually a new era of personal computing. We interact more easily, more seamlessly, more naturally, and also more securely with all the devices that are surrounding us, regardless what device it is. This is what it's meant with create more personal computing. When it comes to reinvent business processes and productivity, regardless where people are, at work, at home, how they collaborate alone or in teams, this is what we need to make sure is that they get really most out of their work, so that we empower them to get to the best results and achieve most. This is why we have communication services, meetings and collaboration, and you see many more examples here on the slide. But this is what drives us to make everybody productive to achieve more. Last but not least, we built the intelligent cloud platform. These are the experience that we want everybody to have from the intelligent cloud platform, and this is what we want to provide to you. Improved agility, a reduction in cost, and thirdly, also that you have the ability to create solutions that differentiate you from others. Our intelligent cloud means that we want to connect more or less everything. And what means everything? Everything means apps, data, devices, hardware, Microsoft, non-Microsoft, the old, the new, whatever you can think of. This is what we all want to connect through the intelligent cloud without asking IT to change the IT infrastructure entirely. So this is the promise and the commitment that we have to you as our customers. In this whole digital transformation journey, you need a partner that you can trust. And you also need a cloud that you can trust. So this is the commitment that Microsoft has made to deliver a cloud that you can trust. And there are actually two key components that I want to share with you. Number 1 is that we believe that the content and the data of the customers need to be protected by strong security processes. And these need to be clear and these need to be clearly communicated. Secondly, these are the customer data. And this means that the customer needs to stay in control of their data and the information. So this is key to us. And this is also the reason why we in Microsoft actually collaborate with other parts of the industries and government to advocate for your security and to make sure that we build more trust in the overall cloud ecosystem. We want to continue to be the technology provider that provides this cloud that you can trust. There are actually 4 principles that we have established and that we already see good momentum with. You see them up on the screen here. It's about security, it's about privacy and control, compliance, and transparency. There are already good results from them, and what we hear from the latest market research information is that IT decision makers already believe that Microsoft is the market leader in addressing their concerns on data security and privacy. Enterprise customers believe that we are one of the most credible cloud providers. And last but not least, business leaders trust us more than our competitors, even in cases where they are actually using cloud services provided by our competitors. And this is what we will continue, because this is critical. We need to deliver to you a cloud that you can trust. And here is just a subset of companies that already trust Microsoft and that have put their information, their applications, data, and processes into the cloud. It's all about you. You do amazing things in your organization every day. You create, you build, you evolve. And based on your feedback, it's what inspires us to build flexible and trustworthy technology, and this is what we need. So kind of your feedback is important to us, and we listen from the CEO to the front line. All of us are listening to make sure that we can deliver according to your needs. And what we have to do is we need to connect the old and the new, yours and ours, on any devices, and ideally, these solutions need to just work. They need to be invisible. Ideally, nobody needs to understand how it works. It's just about people getting their work done. This is the transformation that is happening within Microsoft, and this is driven by you every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, let me come to the end of my presentation. Microsoft delivers an amazing breadth of solutions and services. But more importantly, and this is why you see these key main words here on the slide, we need to be flexible, we need to be integrated, and we need to be trustworthy. Your flexibility is our priority. What this means is that we need to bridge between cloud and on-premise. And this is enabled through true hybrid scenarios, where apps and data can be located on both, in the cloud as well as on-premise. Our approach is also to be integrated. What this means is our model is attractive to millions of developers and hundreds of thousands of partners that build on top of our cloud platform. Last but not least, and I stressed this before, trust is key for you and for us. In a mobile-first, cloud-first world, we invest about $15 billion a year into the cloud infrastructure, and we will do everything to fight cybercrime and make sure that there are no that we reduce the amount of cybersecurity breaches, both on the individual side as well as on the enterprise and the organization side. Microsoft will continue to develop trusted solutions for you, our customers. As I said before, you are doing amazing things every day in your organizations and in a more complex, in a more competitive environment. And Microsoft wants to be with you in this journey when it comes to helping you, to empower you to just build the best and deliver according to your needs and according to your expectations. Let me thank you very much for your attention, ladies and gentlemen, and ask the colleagues to roll the video. Thank you very much.
There are those that will tell you it's too difficult, too challenging to even try. But you refuse to accept any limits. You have big ideas and the drive to make them happen. That spirit that compels us to move forward is not just in some of us. It's in all of us. It's why we build and explore. It's why we create and push ourselves to go further. It's the same spirit that inspires us to connect. For those who are bold enough to do great things, Microsoft devices help you achieve more. Because when there are no limits to what your devices can do, there are no limits to what you can do with them.
Let's tell the world all the things we've done. Falling in love in the setting sun.
Imagine, these kids won't have to remember passwords or obsess about security. For them, every screen is meant to be touched, and web pages are meant to be scribbled on and shared. They'll expect their devices to listen to them, and talk, and sing, tell a funny joke. And as they grow and get better at things, their technology will too. They'll do things their parents never even dreamed of. Because these kids will grow up with Windows 10. The future starts now, for all of us. Get started today. Windows 10, a more human way to do.
And that is the future for Windows and hopefully for all of us. Good morning, everybody. Great to be here. Really excited to see all of you. How's it going so far for you guys? I think maybe another round of coffee hopefully will fix things. So I remember back in the late 90s, right? I was in my early years of college. You can guess my age. I remember, me and my college roommates, us saving up for months, right? And we were cutting corners until we saved enough, right? We saved enough for the day that we could go out and buy one of those bulky desktop PC towers. Anybody seen one of those? Right? One of those bulky, and it came with a companion. It came with this big, fat, stodgy monitor, right? But going out and buying it, getting it home, unpacking it, setting it up with all the cables, and then booting it up for that Windows logo to come up, and for that Windows startup sound, that boot up sound. You guys remember that? I think it was Windows 98. That was a whole magical experience, right? I mean, back then. And then over the next few years, that PC was everything from a music box to a movie theater. We did our projects on it, we coded on it, we built our seminars. You talk about multi-purpose computing, that was multi-purpose computing. And I'm sure a lot of you identify with that. I see, knowing eyes. A lot of us grew up with, right? To a large extent, this notion of personal computing, this notion that every person needs to have access to computing, was made real by Windows. Today, 1.5 billion people use Windows every day, at home, at school, at work, every single day. And it moves their day. But we live in a new world, right? We live in a world, in a mobile-first, cloud-first world. How do you reinvent that? How do you reinvent an operating system that was built almost 30 years ago? And that was Windows 10. Now, Windows 10 is a generational leap, right? So most of anybody, I get this a lot. A lot of people ask me, what happened to Windows 9? We skipped a generation, right? We wanted to build something that was foundationally different. And I think there are two key notions that I'd love to share with you about how we reinvented, how we are rethinking the operating system. The first one of those is this concept of one Windows. It's one unified operating system, one unified platform that runs across from screenless, new age IoT devices all the way to new age and large screen devices as well. And that Windows is built on the realization that one device is not going to be the center of computing forever. We thought it was the PC, then it moved to the tablet, then it moved to the phone. The reality is that device will keep shifting, right? The center of computing. What is really important is not the device itself, but the experience around those devices. So, what really matters is not the mobility of any device that you have in your hand, but the mobility of the experience across those devices. As you traverse those devices, are you able to carry your experience, your data, your content, your settings? And in a world of Internet of Things, where computing becomes pervasive, computing is everywhere, that unique feature becomes really, really important. The ability to take your content, your data, your settings across everything. And that's what we aim to do with Windows 10. The second key part of this is Windows as a service, right? So if you look at historically how we have built out our operating systems, we would work, build an operating system or version, release it, and then we'd go back to work on the next version. And 3 years later, or 4 years later, we show up, and there you go, you have the next version. The question we asked ourselves is, why should innovation be tampered, be stopped by version numbers and timeline releases? So with Windows 10, we endeavor to provide an operating system that is delivered as a service. Since we launched in July, we already released our next big update in November, and we'll continue to do that. And this is really, really important. When you think about your legacy operating systems, you notice how hard it is to move from a previous version to a new. You all know the pain that it takes to move from an older version over 3 years. With Windows 10, you're always new. You always have the latest release, which means, in all possibility, Windows 10 could be the last major upgrade. Now, since the time we've launched, we've had some amazing momentum. We've had really great feedback. We've had almost 200 million devices which have upgraded to Windows. That's almost 10 million a week. Almost 22 million of those are business PCs. That momentum that we've seen has been really, really humbling. But I think the most important thing, or at least my favorite number on that slide, is the one that you see last, the 53% increase. We really wanted to take that 1.5 billion people who need Windows every day and kind of say, how do we move them from needing Windows, because they do, right? Every day they walk into work or school, college, they need it, to actively choosing Windows, to absolutely loving it. And that is our goal. We see a lot of that love come from press. The press reviews have been amazing. It's nice to see headlines like that. And there is another audience who are really hard to please at times, and those are the analysts. And the feedback we've had from the analysts have been amazing. Gartner has said that Windows 10 is poised to become the fastest adopted release of an operating system, which is brilliant. So let me talk a little bit more about how we were thinking about Windows 10 and what are the key focus areas we worked on as we built out Windows 10. Possibly the number one of those things, I would say, is security, right? The security landscape has changed, primarily when you look at how that's gone over the past 15, 20 years. Earlier, the motive was around mischief, just kids who wanted to play around. Then it moved to organized crime. To today, where it's a lot more about the damage of reputation and disrupting businesses. And you see a lot of that. So as we were building this out, we looked at a three-dimensional view of security. We wanted to ensure that security is built into the core of our platform. We wanted to look at securing the device, securing the information of the data, and securing the identity. So when it comes to securing the device, we've built in features like Secure Boot, which ensures that your machine is secure from the time it boots up, to something called Device Guard. What Device Guard does is it enables you to ensure that your users can only install whitelisted applications or applications that you allow. Securing the information. So if you have something really interesting within Windows 10 called Enterprise Data Protection, what that does is it enables you to separate personal and enterprise information. So the next time one of your users opens up their personal email and tries to attach corporate data, they get warned. And last but not least, identity, right? We have features like virtual secure mode, which enables you to isolate your credentials to prevent pass-the-hash attack. And we also introduced one additional new thing called Windows Hello, which is really about taking biometrics and making it enterprise grade. So I'd love to show you a quick demo on that. So what Windows Hello really does is it's not just a security feature, it also improves the user experience a lot, right? So when you really think about users today, right? Passwords are inherently secure. They're easy to steal. It could be just somebody looking over you. And think about the scenario, right? You walk up to work, up to your desk, and you try to tap in your password. You go tap, 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 and then it says, this password is incorrect. And then you go tap, 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 tap. You try to do it a lot more slow, right? Think about the experience you could give your users if they could just walk up to their devices and their devices just log them on. So here I have one of my devices. As you can see at the top, the device is literally looking for me. I mean, hopefully it's looking for me. We'll find out. So that is my device. And watch that area closely, right, where it says looking for you. I'm going to walk up to my device. And as I walk up here, it doesn't do anything much. So I'll try to see if it gets me in. Let's try that again. Okay, I'm going to try to see if that works again. So essentially what it does is it enables you to, looks like I have a demo issue, but it enables you to just walk up to your device and immediately just logs you in, right? And that's what Windows Hello does. Now, Windows Hello does not necessarily mean that biometrics is the most secure way, right? It just means that you have one additional factor of authentication. It enables you to do that, right? So so you have your face and you have the machine, and you're able to combine that. So if you switch back to the presentation, the next key thing that I wanted to talk about was management and innovation, right? So when you really think about Windows as a service always being up to date, you need to ensure there is a new management paradigm. For that purpose, we've also built in things like Windows Update for Business. So what that does is it enables you to decide which of your users get updates and which of your users you want to stagger your updates for. You can set up blackout periods when the updates don't happen. We're also ensuring that the MDM capabilities with things like our Enterprise Management Suite, as well as Azure AD, work really, really well. Also included is something called Windows Store for Business, right? So think about user adoption of applications, right? All of you might have experiences wherein you spend a lot of time and effort building out applications, rolling them out enterprise-wide, only to figure that users are not using them enough. So think about if you could go out and acquire and distribute applications in a way that's very familiar for users, like they would do on their machine. So when you think about somebody using a phone, they actively go out and they try to download applications from a store. So with Windows Store, if you can switch to the demo machine, with Windows Store, what it does is it enables you to go procure applications and distribute them from the store. So hopefully we see if that comes up. So really quickly try to do this for you. So while that comes up, right, so think about this, right? This is a Windows Store. right? This is like any application store. If you notice, outside of all of the applications that are widely available, there is also one wherein if you rolled it out internally, I put a company name called Qatar company, it has its own private applications, right? So when you click that, it enables you to install and download applications from the store. Now this only happens if the person who's logged in with the right credentials. The same way, the applications once installed, they also flow in to your mobile PC as well. Similarly, if you go to the menu here in the store, you can see there is a company store wherein you are able to do your applications. Now, that's the ability for you to go out and distribute applications in a whole new way, in a way that's very close to the consumerization of IT. The next thing is really about being productive. We made a lot of small changes within Windows 10, which really enable you to get the best out of Windows 10. So for one, if I go back to this machine, for one, we made small changes. I think one of the changes that I receive a lot of feedback on, which people absolutely love, is that it's familiar, right? A lot of customers just love the fact that it's very familiar. So if you have been a Windows 7 user, you just install Windows 10 and it works absolutely well. So now, if you go out and press the Start menu, guess what happens? You get a Start menu, right? Simple thing. A lot of customers gave us feedback about why things like that are really, really important to them. We also have, including something called Task View. So you're all familiar with Alt-Tab, right? It's a really popular feature. What percentage of people do you think actually use Alt-Tab? Throw a number, anybody? Somebody? How much? I heard, what? Alt-Tab. Yeah, but what percentage of people do you think actually use Alt-Tab? Give me a percentage. Well, we would love to believe so too, but surprisingly, it's 6%. 6% of our users actually use Alt-Tab. When you really think about how useful that feature is, and very few people use it, here's what we did. We built something called the Task View right into Windows 10. And it enables you to go out and do things like Alt-Tab. At the same time, it also does something new, which is add new desktops. So you can actually add as many desktops as you want, and you can seamlessly move applications between desktops, right? So, and then all you have to do is you can scroll between desktops, right? So again, you might use a desktop at work, you might use another desktop at home. You might, want, while at work, if you spend a lot of time on Facebook, you might want to put it on another desktop so that it is easy to use. The other part of this is really about new devices. With Windows 10, we wanted to enable a whole new generation of devices. Some of them capable today, some of them set for the future. We really, really wanted to set ourselves for the future. Right? So you can go ahead and upgrade your existing machines to Windows 10 today, but at the same time, you'll see there's a whole era of devices. I wanted to give you one example of that, and that's a device called the HoloLens.
Look around. Technology is all around us. We use it in every aspect of our lives. It enables us to do amazing things. But what if we could go further? What if we could go beyond the screen? Where your digital world is blended with your real world. Now we can. This is the world with holograms. What will they enable us to do? New ways to visualize our work.
I have an idea for the fuel tank.
New ways to share ideas with each other.
How are things going your end?
I just put the images in OneDrive.
Perfect.
More immersive ways to play. new ways to teach and learn.
So put the new trap in the place of the old one.
Now what?
And tighten here and here.
New ways to collaborate and explore the places we've never been.
Look at this formation. Let's take a closer look.
And new ways to create the things we imagine. Because when you change the way you see the world, you can change the world you see. This is Microsoft HoloLens.
So HoloLens is really just one example of the kind of innovation that Windows 10 can spawn. Here's what I know. What's possible with Windows 10, we don't know yet. We just know that over the next few years, we'll see us and our partners build out exciting new device factors that is going to really, really take over the world of computing as we know it. With that, to talk about devices that we have available today, I'd love to invite back Naeem to talk about our Surface range. Thank you and have a fabulous day.
Thank you, Arif. Thank you, sir. All right. So I'm sure you're excited to hear about Surface, what's new at Surface, right? So a few years back, when Microsoft assigned a team to work on this product, there was a specific reason for this. Remember a few years back, there was kind of a confusion. Do we buy a laptop? Or do we buy a tablet? Or do we buy both? And the team had a passion and had a vision, which is, can we build the most powerful, efficient, elegant device that can sort out this problem, that is the replacement of a laptop and a tablet at the same time? That passion and vision started on day one. It continues till today, and I think this is what will continue to drive our innovation around Surface. We came with the first version, and Qatar was the first country in the world, by the way, that got this device, and we were very proud of this. Then we came with the second version. Then 18 months back, we came with Surface Pro 3, which was an amazing hit for the company, for our customers. 98% of customers who have chosen Surface Pro 3 have recommended it to a partner, to a customer, to a friend, to a colleague. 98%. When you have a product that is so good, that customer loves it so much, and you want to go to the next iteration, what do? You have two options. Either you kind of work on the features, make them better, or you go and reinvent that category. Do something that is completely different. Because this is a product that people buy because they love. It solved a massive problem about, do we buy a tablet or we buy a laptop? So let me tell you, what would we do with Surface Pro 4?
Sound of the drums beating in my heart.
So ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to announce the availability of the thinnest, most powerful tablet and PC replacement device available on the planet in Qatar, Surface Pro 4. This is a device that definitely took the world by storm. We had amazing results on the first quarter that this device is there. And this is a device that is really going to sort out this problem about do we buy a laptop or do we buy a tablet? Because it does both, and it does both in the best possible way. Let me share a little bit of the features, a little bit of the experience about this device. And let me start with the screen first, because reality is that the first thing you see about this device is the screen. And let's remember, the job of the screen is to bring imaging and graphics and videos to life. So we took the screen from 12-inch in Pro 3 to 12.3-inch in Pro 4 without changing the size of the overall screen. We just used the edge of the screen to make sure we keep the overall size, but we increase the usability of the size. So we made it look much better. We have 5 million pixels on that screen. The quality of the videos or the quality of the images that you're going to see on the screen are just not unmatched on any other laptop. So when you're watching movies, or if you're working on a specific report, or you're working on a BR report to your manager, or any other use that requires really graphics, the quality of the screen is just unmatched. And when we say it's the thinnest device, this is an 8.4 millimeter thin device. And it used to be 9.1 in Pro 3. We took it to 8.4, and we really stopped at 8.4, not because we cannot make it slimmer. We can make it slimmer. But there is a USB 3.0 feature that we needed in the device. So we had to keep it there, and we stopped at 8.4, which is the thinnest thing that you can get today at that quality of device. Now, when we talk about the most productive device, the first thing that comes to my mind when I talk about productivity is we need to take notes. Because whether I'm a student at a classroom, or I'm an employee having a meeting, or in any use, I need to take notes. And what is the first thing in taking a note? We need a pen. So the Surface Pro pen is the most advanced digital pen that is available in the industry today. We gave it a battery life of 1 year because we didn't want it to stop when you're writing. Actually, it has 1,024 level of pressure on the top of the pen. So it gives you the same flow of a regular pen. I'm going to show it to you in a while. So, and to be quite honest, when this device, when technology of the digital pen was launched with Surface Pro, some of our competition, you know them very well, they were laughing, saying, people, they don't take notes anymore. We shouldn't release the pen. Guess what? A few months back, they did the same thing. They imitated us, came with a similar device, called it Pro, and they got a pen as well. And I think that's a very good confirmation of our strategy. Now, they made a mistake. We'll talk about it a little bit later just to show you the story. So when you want to take note, just to give you an example, if you let the camera come here. So I'm going to go into a meeting, and I want to take note. So this is a pen with a press of a button. I have one note. And I hope you guys all have one note. And I want to take some notes. So I want to say, thank you for coming. We love Surface Pro 4. Now, I want to change my mind. I don't want to say we love Surface Pro 4. I want to delete it, and here's a new thing here. This pen have an eraser. So I can erase Surface Pro 4, and I can say we love Qatar. How does this look? Now, guess what? The guys that said we don't need a pen, and then they came with a pen, they came with a pen without an eraser. I am not too sure a pen without an eraser what you can do with it, but it was a good first step, I think. Now, with this, what also you can do, you took a note, you want to share it with someone else, with a colleague or with a friend or whatever. What do? With 2 clicks, you can take a screenshot of this, and then you can go to share, and then you can share this note with any other person by email, on OneDrive, through OneNote, with any other colleague. As simple as this. So this is the power of the pen and the power of OneNote. Another use is that sometimes you go into a website, and on websites, you're looking at specific documents. So here I'm on Qatar Living. There is this document called Ministry Conduct Survey on the New Residency Permit. Now, I know that there's some interesting information into this. And I opened the file, the web page, and I scroll into this, and I found some information that a friend or a colleague asked me about. And I'm using Edge as a browser here. And Edge allowed me to take notes on the web page itself. So all what I need to press is just to kind of do some changes. With the same pen, I can just take notes, write whatever I want, note of this. I can even highlight some of the stuff I want. And then I remember a colleague of mine that he wants this information is available for him. I can just put any shape, put a flash on it, an arrow just to make sure that this is the information I want. I use the same share button, and I can send the same information to the same friend that he can leverage this. This is exactly the power of taking notes, productivity, and a digital pen. Now, this same pen, it can do much more, by the way. It can really inspire you in not only taking regular notes, but creating things that you really couldn't even believe on. I want you to see that small video about how this digital technology helped some people creating a musical symphony.
Watch how the tip of the pen and the ink are right on the screen because of that thinnest stack ever. Look how smooth it is. Look how elegant his hand is working. But then stop and look again. Watch how the product is starting to transform from ink to digital content. This is the power that's coming through this product. Watch how he's making things. He's changing things. He's creating with Surface. He's getting every bit he wants. But now look closer. What's really happening? David, out of his mind, down through his body, out of his arm, into his hand, and into your hearts, he just wrote a beautiful symphony just for you. That's what happened.
So imagine on what this kind of digital technology can do at a personal level and at the business level. There's a lot of things that you can do through this. Now, this pen comes in 5 different colors. You can really choose the color you want. You can buy it in whatever color you want. You can even change the top of the pen if it's broken or something like this. Now, speaking about performance, Pro 4 to Pro 3, 30% more power. Pro 4 comes with 3 different versions, Core i5, and i7, and it has 30% more power than Surface Pro 3. By the way, Surface Pro 4 to MacBook Air, 50% more power. This device is 2 times more powerful than the MacBook Air. Now, it can come with 1 terabyte of storage, 16 gigabyte of RAM. So really from a performance perspective, nothing matches it. It's the most powerful tablet and PC replacement that's available today. And if you want to see a little bit more on performance, let me show you what this device can do from a performance perspective. If the cameraman can come here. You guys know that the most demanding applications are graphical applications. And I want you to be with me here I want you to show the response of my action and how the device is going to respond, just for you to have an idea on what kind of performance we're talking about. So I want to open an application called Maps. It has some maps, you can go there, look at some maps. But look at the quality and how it works. And I want to pick up a city that I personally like. I hope you also like. It's called Barcelona, which Qatar Airways is a sponsor of. So I double click on Barcelona. And here the application is going there, opening online the Barcelona map. Now I want you to watch how I'm going to give an action through my hand, through that screen, and how it's going to react to me. So I can take this map, make it bigger, make it bigger. I can make it smaller. I can turn it. I can turn it again. I can even change the angle. This is rendering tens of millions of images per second, real time. This is an image that has been downloaded from the internet, and we're rendering it real time. That probably you would need a server to do this. And look at the reaction of my hand, that it just goes with my hand without even a blink. You can turn it, and you can imagine what kind of power you need to do all of this. And I am not too sure there are more applications that requires much more power. And by the way, that's not even an i7 processor, that's an i5 processor. So that can tell you what kind of power this device can bring on the table for people who really are requiring power on the device. If you go back to the presentation. Now, some of also our customers, they want to use this as a full-fledged PC, in other perspective, connecting it to other devices, a printer or a bigger screen. And here we are. We came with a docking station. Actually, if you stay here for a second. This is a docking station. It has multiple USBs that you can connect whichever device you have. It even have a audio in it, video. So you can connect a printer, you can connect a scanner, you can connect whatever you want. You can connect a big screen. So, and it's a very, very small piece of device. So we even got rid of the big docking station. We have a very small one that makes it simple to be used as a PC. The battery life is a 9 hours continuous play of video. So that tells you this is a full day almost type of device that you need to recharge it only once a day, and it gives you all the flexibility that you need. Camera, it has 3 cameras. It has a front-end camera, a rear-end camera, and a camera for the depths because, again, if you need to use face recognition, it has all of those cameras at the highest possible quality camera that you need. Even on the keyboard. So the keyboard, we have made the type keyboard much more efficient. The pad here that was used for the mouse, we've made it 40% bigger. The keypads are much easier to deal with. They have a specific light that kind of you can use in a dim light space. And it also has fingerprint access. So if you don't want to use username and password, you can use fingerprint to access the device. So from a security perspective, we're using the power of Windows 10 on this device to also avoid the use of password and use even fingerprint if you want to use. Now, this keyboard comes with also 5 different colors. You can pick up and choose the color you want, and they're all available for sale. Now, I just also want to announce that there are 2 special offers that are going to run starting today in Qatar. The first one is for government customers. Government customers starting today, they can buy Surface Pro 4 as part of their government agreement that they have with IBLA, who is our partner. This is something that they can do starting today. The other offer is for Surface 3. There's a special package for Surface, not Pro 3, Surface 3, which is the smaller version of Surface Pro, for education customer, where they can get it with the keyboard at a very special price. For people who are interested, please connect with the Microsoft team. We can guide you on this. Those offers are available today in Qatar. I also want to show you this device, which is, this is Surface 3 with LTE. So for customers who wants 4G, this is a device they can have. It's a smaller device than the Surface Pro 4, but it's definitely a much more cost-effective device, much more consumer-oriented. And definitely, if you want to be always connected, this is a 4G device. Now, this device, the LTE, is not yet available in Qatar, but we're hoping to get it in Qatar soon. So we're kind of trying to get all the versions that are possible. But the Surface team, when we're going through all of this, they've been obsessed about, okay, we came with Surface Pro 4, it's an amazing technology. But is this the end? Can we push ourselves more? Can this passion of bringing the most powerful, elegant device on the planet take us somewhere else? What if someone wants only a laptop, a pure laptop, that is the most powerful laptop in the world, that they want to do stuff that no one else can do? What do we do with those customers? What if someone really needs a device outside of this world? Let me show you what the Surface team did. Okay, so I also want to announce Surface Book as the fastest, most powerful laptop that is available on the planet today. This is a device that we've announced a couple of months back in the US. It's not available in Qatar yet. We're hoping to get it soon. But guess what? This is not only the fastest and most powerful laptop that is available on the planet today. This is also the most powerful tablet only that is available on the planet today. So that's a combination of the most powerful laptop and the most powerful tablet with a pen using the power of Windows 10 that is available on the planet today. So for customers who want to do things that are outside of this world, that they require the power that is outside of this world, it's obviously a premium device. But this is where our innovation is pushing us. So I want to stop here, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed the product. I hope you're excited about Surface Pro 4, about the innovation we're bringing, but also we're also excited about the innovations of our partners as well. So I would like to invite Mark Shaban, who's our education lead for Middle East Africa, to talk about innovations on devices that are coming from our partners. Thank you very much.
Can you hear me? Okay. Good morning, Qatar. I'm really glad to be here. My name is Mark Shaban, and I'm the Middle East and Africa Education Director. And I was actually asking my friends and colleagues, my Arabic is not very great. what would be something nice to say? So they told me to say Sabah al-Ful. So I hope that's a good morning to all of you. Getting started this morning, I actually wanted to get started with something amazing around the world of Minecraft. And I'm going to run a quick video just to show you some of the things that we can do collectively with Minecraft.
We gave you a world where you could simply create a block and destroy it. A world where the only limit is your imagination. And you taught yourselves how to build funny, creative, bombastic, epic, unexpected, and amazing things. And you took it even further into the world of education. So the question is, can Minecraft help us to understand mathematics, history, how to communicate, collaborate to solve problems, and much, much more? You've shown us it can. The first steps have been taken, and now we invite you to show us how Minecraft inspires you to change the way we learn.
So Minecraft is an amazing game that is used heavily by many of you, I'm sure, that have children. How many of you have children or use Minecraft? Probably a lot of the people in the audience. And what's exciting about Minecraft is the different form factors that you can actually use Minecraft in. What you've seen this morning is a lot of different form factors from Arif, from Naeem, and so on. And the form factors that were described, whether it's HoloLens being, the holographic capability. HoloLens allows me the full capability to actually use the Minecraft, both in a virtual while actually touching the physical. And what's amazing across all of these devices here is that the device innovations continue to evolve and change. So has the capability around the Windows 10 platform. And from the smallest device that you're seeing here, which is what we call the Raspberry Pi device, that small Raspberry Pi device, which is about $10, is actually being programmed by students to engage with a Minecraft platform. So virtually, a student can wear something on their wrist, and they can actually make the Minecraft game interact physically while the student is moving their hand and arm. But across all these devices, whether it's the Xbox platform, whether it's the Surface Hub, or the HoloLens, it's pretty amazing in terms of the capability that we're bringing to market to allow for immersive experiences, and Minecraft is just one example. Now, when I look at the world today and I travel all across, South Africa, Rwanda, Turkey, all across Middle East and Africa, there's a lot of amazing global perspectives that we see in terms of hardware innovation coupled with Microsoft innovation on the Windows 10 platform. How did these two come together? And they come together in amazing ways. Number one, we see customers that are actually using accessibility in UAE in terms of how do we engage students that have special needs, students that are deaf and blind. We see students in Kenya that are actually engaged in using Skype Translator to be able to communicate back and forth. We see students in Case Western University in the United States. Case Western University is actually partnering very closely with the Cleveland Clinic. And if you see on the right-hand side of my slide, there's videos that are being showed around the heart. And what's happened here is they're actually using HoloLens to teach future doctors in medical school how to actually see the heart and how to change the way they study today. Some pretty amazing ways in terms of coupling both the hardware and the software experiences together to face, ecological situations, whether it's water conservation, students with special needs, as well as medical students of the future. How do we do this? We're doing this today by partnering very closely with Intel. Everything that we are bringing to market comes together closely using the latest architectures from Intel. And I'm proud to share with you that all the devices that you're seeing today are using the latest generation of the Intel processor, 6th generation of the Intel processor, what used to be called Skylake. And Skylake has a lot of amazing capabilities, 30 times faster performance boost on graphics, 3 times better battery in terms of battery capability. And last is something called Security Guard. Security Guard actually stops the hackers from actually doing pass-through attacks or rootkit attacks on a user's device. So a lot of great capability coming from Intel, and we're coupling this capability with Windows 10 to make sure that when we bring the software to market, it's coming with the latest architectures from the Intel side. Now, my goal today is to make sure that I actually run through some of the partner devices that we have available, the great devices that have been available from Lenovo, Dell, and as well as talking a little bit about some of the Intel capability. What I'd like to show now is a quick video of the brand new January 2016 X1 Yoga device that was introduced by Lenovo. So this X1 device was actually built on the original X1 Carbon device from Lenovo. It's a beautiful device that's built on a carbon magnesium design. 360-degree hinge. When I fold it back, the keys actually are flush. It's a water-resistant keyboard. I can actually take beautiful notes. It's got a built-in stylus. That stylus is actually a rechargeable stylus. I can actually take notes very easily in a very fluid way. It's got a built-in 3G and 4G SIM chip, so I can actually work anywhere in any location. And overall, Lenovo has done a fantastic job on actually bringing such a beautiful device to market. These devices have just been introduced. This was introduced in January of 2016, just last month. The additional full line of the X1 line will continue to evolve. The second and third devices that were also introduced was the X1 Carbon and X1 Tablet. They're very beautiful devices from Lenovo, and they've done a really good job bringing this innovation to market. One last thing is this device actually has a fingerprint scanner that allows for that Windows Hello capability, so I can actually authenticate using the biometrics without having to use the camera capability that was showed on the Surface devices. Now, I want to switch to some of the Intel additional innovation that's coming to market. Intel has brought in the market something called RealSense technology. And RealSense technology is basically the camera that was showed earlier by the team. So RealSense technology is actually the camera that's built into the Surface devices that you saw this morning. What this means is Intel has brought basically to market 3 different cameras on one single device. So when you grab a Surface device, there's 3 different cameras that are actually playing in motion. There's a 1080 HD digital camera. There's a infrared projector and an infrared sensor. And all 3 of these cameras are actually working together to make sure they work like the human eye. They're scanning the body, they're scanning for motion, and they're scanning for depth. And this is what's actually allowing for that Windows Hello capability to quickly authenticate me and allow me to sign on to a machine. So there's 2 forms with RealSense. There's a nearsighted form, which allows me to do quick authentication using Windows Hello. And there's a far-sighted capability with RealSense that allows me to do things like 3D modeling or engineering. So many, many amazing scenarios that are being brought to market, again, with Intel's 6th generation latest processor and this RealSense technology built into all of our Surface devices. Additional innovation from Intel, and I'd really love to show this to customers. So you're seeing different kinds of PCs. This is a PC. This is a PC. I'll repeat it one more time. This is a PC. It's as big as a USB stick. For about $100, you can turn any TV, any dumb TV, into a full-blown computer. And we're seeing customers that are actually plugging in these HDMI devices into their home TVs into enterprises, into libraries, into schools. And what's amazing about this little device is that it actually runs 32 gigs of RAM. It's upgradable to 128 gigs of RAM. It's got a downloadable app for the mobile phone, so I can actually download the app and control the device. I can have a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse. But this is a full-blown Windows 10 computer that allows for rendering of images, PowerPoints, email, and so on any device. So pretty amazing capability. As you know, Microsoft is very committed to making sure that we focus on learning outcomes. And one of the key things, as Naeem mentioned, is our commitment to making sure that we give you digital inking. And digital inking comes in many forms. You see in the stylus built into the Surface devices, a stylus built into the Lenovo device. Why are we so persistent on inking? Because we want to make sure that we help you create. We want to make sure that we help you evolve data and not just consume data. We want to help you solve and invent. And in fact, Princeton, the University of Princeton did a study last year, and they found that you actually learn better when you write things down. Cognitively, students and educators, and as well as enterprise workers, learn better when you write this stuff down. So therefore, you're seeing a lot of focus around inking and making sure that, you know, as technology trends change, inking is a big center of that. Apple's done it in terms of following Microsoft. Now, when you think about devices in education, this is something that I absolutely love. What I've got in my hand is an Intel device. This Intel device is very popular with students. It's a 2-in-1 device. And what's exciting about this machine is it actually runs the full-blown OS of Windows 10. It's very versatile. It's got a built-in stylus. And the key thing here is that when we get these in the hands of students, we can actually detach the keyboards. And what's nice about these devices is they're built durable, so I can actually just drop it on the ground and it works absolutely fine. So they're designed for students to be dropped on the ground like I just did. And you know how students pick them up when I see them? They pick them up like this. And this is absolutely fine. Now, the idea is we give the student a device, but we focus on education outcomes. How do we focus on education outcomes? We give students OneNote, we give them Office, we give them all the capability that allows them actually to learn better. And what we typically see when we give students these devices is the way they communicate. It completely changes. The way they collaborate. Their cognitive thinking in terms of how they write stuff down. We don't give them a device where they only consume data, like an iPad and so on. We give them a device where they can actually create content. So it's very, very exciting to see us kind of continue to evolve the impact on education by giving students devices that allows them to have better education outcomes than just basically using a device for consumption. In the financial and services industry, we see branch transformation. So we see employees enhancing in-person banking and boosting productivity and drive by providing a more custom experience for customers. We also see insurance claims adjusters using devices like this. This is a rugged tablet from Dell. I'm going to run through a video to give you an idea of how rugged this tablet is. It's pretty amazing. So let me go ahead and run through that tablet video.
I don't always know what the day is going to throw at me.
But I know I've got to get the job done.
That's why I only use the Dell Rugged tablet. I've put this tablet through the worst conditions. It's gotten cold, really cold.
It takes a hit and the heat and keeps on going. No matter where I work.
It works too. Even in bright sunlight, I can see my screen with total clarity.
And the touch display works with my gloves on.
I can go all day without plugging in thanks to its 2 swappable batteries.
And set up on the floor with an attachable keyboard or powered dual monitors at my desk.
It docks securely in my truck, then breaks away at a moment's notice.
I can bring up plans, contact suppliers, schedule shipments,
and stay on task, even in the most remote places.
I depend on my Dell Rugged tablet.
Because it's built to handle everything I do.
The new Dell Latitude 12 rugged tablet with Intel Core processor family. Intelligently tough.
So sometimes when I show this video to customers, they're like, oh, this looks like a mock-up. It doesn't really exist. Here's the tablet. It's in my hand. Amazing tablet. This is on, and it's running a full-blown version of Windows 8 and Windows 10, both backwards compatible. It's got a built-in stylus, so I can actually ink. Again, inking is a big part of it. 2 built-in batteries on the back, a front camera and a back camera, waterproof, spill-proof, drop-proof, you name it. Pretty amazing capability. Now, what I like about this tablet, yes, it's very rugged, but it's very productive as well. And one of the key things that we're seeing from a device's transformation is the ability to come back and dock the device. As you're seeing on the slide here, that device is actually docked. One connection, similar to the way we do it with Surface. Lenovo's done the same thing, and so has Dell. You can actually dock this device with one single cable, and it connects to multiple screens and a keyboard and a mouse. So pretty amazing capability. This will be available today for anyone that wants to see it and actually, have a feel for it. Now, I've shown you multiple different kinds of PCs, from the smallest PC being the HDMI device that I showed you. And now I want to actually bring your attention all the way to the left over there, to that TV that you're seeing. That TV is a PC. That's called the Surface Hub. And my friend Ahmed will actually be doing a very big deep dive on it later today. But that Surface Hub is a pretty phenomenal conference room machine that allows actually for interactiveness with multiple different users across different segments. Now, this device is available in 55-inch as well as 84-inch sizes. At the end of the day, it's a Core i5 and a Core i7 in terms of its capability. But most importantly, is it's got 2 built-in 1080 HD cameras that actually follow you. So when I come into a meeting with my colleague and I want to brainstorm, there's 2 digital inking pens that are available on the device. Both of us can grab the pens, and the actual cameras will track you within the meeting. So they will actually continue to track me as I move around in the meeting environment. And while both of us actually sit down and think ink in terms of brainstorming and taking our notes, all of those notes are recorded and emailed to us. So the session's recorded, it's live, and it's very quick in terms of me finishing my meeting and hand over to the next. So pretty amazing in terms of some of the capability that's coming. Ahmed will do a deep dive on it later today. Now, I've covered a wide range of devices. One device that I'm really passionate about is something I'm wearing, and you'll see a lot of Microsoft employees wearing. This is a Microsoft band. And to give you an introduction to what Microsoft Band is, I'm going to run through this quick video. A lot of amazing devices and innovative devices coming to market. What's amazing about this Microsoft Band, different from any of the different health devices that exist today, is the telemetry that's actually captured from this device in terms of calorie count is always leveraging machine learning in the cloud. So we're constantly adjusting and learning what are your movements and how those movements are actually translated into calorie burn. Pretty amazing. No one's doing this today in the market. So in terms of using the machine learning in the public cloud. So I hope what you saw from me today is an amazing range of devices from our key partners like Lenovo and Dell and Intel, and as well as many other ones out there. Different form factors brought to life by Windows 10. And there's lots of other ones that I didn't really cover today that the team will do a bigger, deeper dive on. One of them is mobility, and I'd like to actually welcome my colleague from the Microsoft Mobile Division, Vinesh. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Good luck. Thank you.
So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As Mark mentioned, my name is Vitesh Reddy. I'm responsible for Microsoft mobile device sales business in the Middle East. It's a great pleasure to be here in Doha, Qatar with you. And today we're going to share with you the latest in terms of smart devices from Microsoft. When the engineering teams When the engineering teams set the target of what to focus on, there were three key areas that were very important to everybody. One was to build products that are innovative and productive. The other, to build products that customers really love and enjoy using. And most importantly, build products that really make a difference to consumers. You've heard a lot about Windows 10. What's also very important is how do you actually ensure the devices you build bring Windows 10 alive. Let me roll the product video to show you more. So ladies and gentlemen, today we were announcing the Lumia 950 and 950 XL. They've been launched before, available also in Doha, Qatar, with a strategic tie-up, as mentioned by Naeem, with Uredu. The 950 and 950 XL are really special devices for us. It's the first devices that runs Windows 10. Looks like a phone, but does more than a phone does. It actually does like a PC, and we're going to show you a lot more about that. So Mohammed Arif mentioned Windows Hello Beta, and that's one of the key features and unique differentiators in terms of this device. It easily unlocks based on scanning your retina. You smile, a simple gesture that you do every day, and your phone unlocks. Another key feature is ensuring that the devices can work like a PC, and to do that, you need the best-in-class processors. The 950 and 950 XL come with a hexa-core and an octa-core processor. It also has adaptive antenna technology. That's two antennas in the device. So irrespective of how you hold the device, it's always optimized to give you the best coverage. It also has the latest liquid cooling technology, and these are the first Windows 10 devices that run dual SIM and LTE. Today, no smartphone is smart unless it has the best camera technology. Everybody loves pictures, and everybody wants a better quality camera as well as better quality option to take video. The Lumia 950 and 950 XL come with the 20 megapixel sensor. It also has triple LED RGB natural flash. Even when you have low light surrounding, the RGB technology gives you the best natural colors. It also has a dedicated camera button, and it runs the 5th generation of optical image stabilization. Very important for when you're taking videos. I don't know about you, but sometimes I fall off to sleep before charging my phone. The great thing about the 950 and 950 XL is it's got a USB Type-C charging. That means within 30 minutes you can charge your device up to 50%. It also has integrated wireless charging. When we speak about Windows 10 and how it works across different devices, what's important for us is because somebody carries their device with them everywhere they go, it's all about how do you bring Windows 10 alive on your device. Windows Continuum is a very important and key feature. And for that, I'd like to call my colleague, Saha El Sayed, to come on stage and do a live demo on Continuum.
Thank you, Vitesh. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you today in Qatar. So, as Vitesh mentioned on an earlier slide, looks like a phone, does like a PC. And actually, the feature that enables that is the Continuum for Phones feature. What is Continuum for Phones? Continuum for Phones enables the user to extend his phone screen to a bigger screen. Again, extend, not mirroring, which means that the consumer will be able to use two screens with two different applications at the same time. which is a true example of multitasking. So seeing is believing. Let's go and start our demo. So to enable actually the continue for phones feature, we would need the Microsoft Display Dock, where it can be connected to any big screen with HDMI port, connected to the power supply, and I have 3 USB ports where I can connect a wired or a wireless keyboard or mouse, and I can connect a USB flash drive or a hard drive. So over here on my table, actually I'm connecting the Microsoft foldable keyboard and my ARC mouse so that I can start working with my productivity apps. So the scenario that I'm gonna use today, I'm gonna show you how to be productive on the go using Microsoft Office applications. So from the other side of the Microsoft Display Dock, I'm connecting it to my screen, and here goes the, okay, so can I get the laptop? The HDMI? There I go, that's fine, it's there. Okay, so what you can see over here is actually the Windows 10 desktop. Windows 10, because my phone is running Windows 10, so actually I would get the same look and feel that I have on my Surface or my laptop. So I would have the Action Center. I have over here, I have the multitask bar, I have Cortana, and when I press on the Start button, actually I would get the UI or the tiles that I have on my phone. And as I said, I'm gonna talk, today I'm in Qatar, and actually I didn't get my laptop with me or my Surface. I got my phone and the display dock. And I need to work on a few slides on Windows 10 momentum. So I need first to go to my email to pick up an email from there. And as you can see, that's the beauty of the Universal app, scaling to a big screen. And I'm having the same look and feel of the email client that I have on my laptop. So over here, there is an Excel sheet that I need to work on. And again, beautifully, Universal app working or scaling to the size of the screen. And this is all powered from the phone. So this is actually an interesting graph, which I would need to copy and use it in my slide. And my slide, actually, I was working on it on the plane, and it's saved on a flash drive, which is connected to the display dock. And actually, I would access it the same way I'm accessing it from my laptop or my Surface through the File Explorer. So opening the File Explorer, I can get the screen. Okay, let me open it from here. So I'm opening it from the PowerPoint. And again, as I said, beautifully scaling to the big screen. As you can see over here, the PowerPoint, I'm getting the same, if you look at the top ribbons, I'm getting the same features and the functionalities that I have on my laptop. So over here, actually, this was the slide that I wanted to put my graph. I'll paste it over here. I can change the layout. And this is all powered from the phone, as you can see. Okay, I'll take this. Delete it. Put it here. And actually, I would save it. Okay. And go straight. You can see here from the multitask bar, actually I can view what are the different applications that I was working on, so that I can go back to it whenever I want. So fine, I'm saving it now. I'll save it on the flash drive again. Okay. We'll overwrite it. And here we go. Oh, I'm getting a call. Marwan, I'm on stage. I'll call you later. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you see, I've seen now, actually I got a call, but nothing was interrupted on the big screen. So if you're presenting to a customer, and actually this is what I do now, when I go to my customer meetings, I get the display dock, my presentation on my phone, and I present on the big screen without, and if I get any notifications or SMS, nothing gets interrupted, or it doesn't interrupt what I'm doing on the big screen. On the other hand, I'm a mother of 2 little girls, and when I go back home, actually, there are still more to do with work. So either like checking emails, replying, working on urgently on an Excel or a PowerPoint, and I need to entertain them for a while until I get my job done. So what I do is actually I turn my TV into a smart TV by connecting the display dock and opening the Microsoft Edge. And actually, what I will do is I'll play a video for them. And I can start working on my phone at the same time. So if the videographer would just show how I can open another application on my phone without interrupting whatever I'm doing on the other screen. And that's actually a true example of multitasking. So over here, I can open my email. I can open even my other applications, like third-party applications, easily without interrupting. So I can have 2 applications working at the same time. It was actually a true example of productivity on the go. So thank you so much. This was like a glimpse on how to be productive on the go. Thank you so much for your time today. And actually, if you want to see more and learn more about different scenarios with the Continue for Phones feature and with the Lumia 950 and the 950 XL, I would invite you to the demo stations available outside. Thank you again, and it was a pleasure to be with you here today.
Who knows? One of these kids just might be the one to find a cure, to clean the oceans, lead a country, bring water to their village, write the next masterpiece, or open a school, explore a new planet, or be the next Da Vinci. It may not be obvious yet, but one of these kids is going to change the world. We don't know who it is. We just need to make sure she has what she needs. Welcome to Windows 10. The future starts now for all of us.
Hello, my name is Ahmed Adel. I'm going today to share with you.
We want every meeting to be great, where things just click, where ideas flow and work gets done.
I hope it stays on this time. So today I'm going to share with you 2 glimpses into the future. I'm going to give you one thing, but I'm going to need back another. So what I'm going to give you is there will be no slides. It's all demos. So you know what happens when you do demos? Things may work or may not work. So if things work, what I want from you is to cheer me up, clap. If it doesn't work, I want to clap more. Agreed? All right. So the first glimpse into the future would be this amazing device, the Surface Hub. The Surface Hub is the future of team collaboration. This is a device that comes in two versions, 84-inch and 55-inch. It's a 4K device, 4K resolution device, and it is perfect for teams and groups working together. So all you need to do is, once you get it out, is the power cord and the Ethernet connected. Once you have that, this device is ready for the team productivity to go on. One thing that we notice is as people get into meeting rooms, what happens is they run to the flip charts. And the flip charts are great, but they are kind of physical paper, physical pen. So with the Surface Hub, people can start automatically getting into OneNote with Whiteboard. That is how easy it is. It has the pen. There is another pen if two people want to work together. And the pen is pressure enabled. So if I press normally, if I press more than I have, if I press lightly, then it is something that makes a difference. It supports touch and ink. So with the Surface Hub, I can have now meetings and then touch and ink. And at the intersection of all of that is the Surface Hub. The other thing about it, because it's not physical paper, then it's an infinite canvas. I can actually do it like this, enlarge this, or even have more of that. But also, this is a Windows 10 device, which means it runs all the applications you love. So, for example, it has Office, it has Windows. So everything that we've seen before, here I can, okay. Now you need to. All right, so let me give it another go here. You see, when you clapped, it worked. So I can work with Excel, I can work with PowerPoint, I can work with Word, but more importantly, I can take stuff from here. So I mean, if I get another application like Microsoft Edge, for example, it seems I have something on this side. Let's get the maps, for example. The maps that we've seen Naeem use it, it's available here. Now it's detecting where we are on the globe. And once it does that, it will move here. Here in beautiful Doha, we can go everywhere around and we see that. But what if I want a picture? I think if I do it like this, and I have a part of that on the other side, I can take a part of this map, put it here, and start working on it. Thank you. All right. And then we start working on it together. Now, this is about the only device where the picture looks beautiful if I'm 12-inch away from the screen, or if I'm 12 foot from the screen in a meeting room, or even if I'm halfway across the globe, because we have people who are joining through the live meetings all over the place. Now, another thing that I would love to show you here is, which leads into my other glimpse into the future. One thing that many of my esteemed colleagues mentioned is how the Windows 10 works across all of the devices, from the stick that Mark showed us all the way to the Surface Hub. And even it goes beyond that, because we have the Windows 10 IoT with the Raspberry Pi, and it works on that as well. So what we did a couple of months back is we got a group of brilliant young developers and employees at Microsoft, and we told them, okay, let's take some time off and really work on a hackathon to do a project that would bring to life something we can all relate to. So we started the brainstorming, and we actually did it on the hub. The way we started working is we said, okay, we'll focus on the cities that we live in, the cars and the traffic and the incidents that can happen. What are the things that people do and we need to worry about? So we started listing them. We said, okay, people obviously need to commute. That's a basic need. With commuting, there are some people who drive well and use the system. There also is bad driving. And bad driving can be anything from speeding, improper change of lanes, you name it, lots of different things. With that also, there are lots of different things that can happen, so emergencies can start happening. So emergency, what if it's an accident or someone is having an emergency, and how does the city handle that, and how do we handle that? And then we listed on and on. One of my favorite was the parking problems, also the environment and the effect of the cars and the pollution. So we also looked at the carbon footprint in there. And then we took our brainstorming, we took it a little further. So we started by saying, okay, let's chart these. What if we say, how complex is the problem? And then let's put it here as basic. And then how well are we applying technology? Are we making use of that? So high tech, for example, or also basic. So smart, complex problem, smart problem, and so on. And then we started, okay, let's take what we agreed on and say, where do we want to put it? So, for example, we can have something like this, and let's say commute. I mean, how would you rate commute in terms of complexity? We've been doing commute since the start of history. So I would say it's not a very complex problem. We always commute, whether it's by cars or by other means. So I can take that, okay, put it maybe on the complexity scale, more on the basic side. However, I mean, the technologies that we're putting behind cars, behind lots of things, I would say it's on this part of the spectrum. Agreed? Okay. Okay, thank you. Bad driving. I mean, people are doing lots of different things, and things become dangerous in the roads. People are speeding, and some people are doing funny stuff on the road. But on the other hand, there is also the factor of some people get unfair treatment. So today on our roads, we have stationary radars. Sometimes we have mobile, but it captures only if I'm driving from Doha to Al-Shamal. I think it's like 120 kilometers, maybe. And then the whole road, I think also the speed limit is 120. If I'm driving the whole road in a proper driving, and then I just speed up a little to let someone pass, maybe if my luck is bad, the radar is there, then I get caught. So bad driving is not necessarily someone speeding for a little. It's someone doing something consistently. There is a pattern. So if we take bad driving, I'll put it as a complex thing. We're having maybe somewhat okay in terms of technology. We went on and on. I'll not take you through all of that, but we started charting, and we said, you know what? Now we have an understanding of a problem that we need you to fix, okay? And we left it to the team. The good thing is this team is really young. We were expecting to be impressed, and nothing short of that came out. So another thing you notice that you don't find on physical paper, this is an infinite canvas. I can go on, and at the end of it, I can do all of that. I can send everything that we discussed and send it to the whole attendees of the meeting. Everything, it's not signed up now, so I'll not risk. Clap now. All right. So quickly, what did they do? They told us, okay, today we have many components that if we put together, we can actually give you a very interesting solution, and I'm going to show you what they came out with, but let's quickly look at what they did. They said all cars today have, please work this on, no? Okay. All cars today have what is called OBD readers, okay? Onboard diagnostics, they get data. They have been in cars since the 60s and the 70s. All cars that we're driving have this, and they give you the fuel consumption, the engine failure, airbag deployment, the driving patterns. Everything is coming out of the car. It's how we capture it. Then we have Windows 10, okay, on Raspberry Pi. And this is the IoT device, and we can have intelligence. So now we can have cars that have ubiquitous computing. We have computing that is going. If every car has something like this, and this is something we all can track, then that thing is going through the cloud. And the cloud we used here is Azure. And the guys, what they did is because Azure is so powerful, and we have in Azure something called Event Hub. Event Hub is a way that can ingest all the data that is coming from millions of cars all at the same time. And then we have Stream Analytics, and this is another Azure service, analytics. And Stream Analytics, what it does, it checks for patterns on the go. So if we're finding a speeding driver, if we're finding there is an accident, it actually detects us on the spot and takes action on that without disrupting the flow of the data. And then the beautiful part of it is now we have data. And as they say, data is currency, and this is big data. If we're applying to all the cars, then we have machine learning. And we can apply the machine learning to really learn about patterns that we didn't think before. And this is exactly what they did. So the other part of that is, once we have all of this, we can have a Universal Windows Platform app. And this Universal Windows Platform app can run on any device, all the Windows 10 devices. And from that, that can be our command center, so we see what is happening with all the devices here. So now that I've showed you part of that, let me switch now to the app on the Surface Pro to show you what the young group did with the hackathon. And I am going to use a machine that caused some problems today. So actually it is Muhammad Arif's machine, and I wanted to give him, do I give him a chance to show you again that the Windows Hello does work? Yes?
I don't know if the device
unlock the machine for me.
Particularly happy to see me today.
Is it on?
Do you have a picture of me there if you want to try?
No, I'm not. I mean, will the picture work?
Right.
Actually, so if you think that Windows Hello can be fooled by a picture, let's let me. No?
Apparently not.
No, didn't work.
Let's see if that works.
Come on, help me out. Yeah!
There you go, you have it.
You. So now that I have Muhammad's machine, I can use it and do lots of stuff with it, but I'm going to use it for what the guys did. And this is the application that they did. To set the expectations right, what the guys did, they actually did the OBD reader with the Raspberry Pi and the Windows IoT. They did hook it into a car, and they did link it to Azure and read everything. Actually, they drove around Dubai and we did the whole thing. But what we have here is we have a simulation of the data on Azure that is feeding the data. So this is real data, but it's not coming from real cars, but it's like the same thing. The first thing that they surprised us with is there is a dashboard. And the dashboard, we can get all the information about anything from traffic violations, parking in the city, everything around the city of Doha. But let's look into the scenario of speeding, for example. And here they have, I can see on the spot all vehicles. So I have some vehicles with the green that are actually sticking by the speed limit. Some of it are speeding. I can filter that only by the speeding vehicles. And then I can see also the reckless driver. Remember, what we're seeing here is not a radar that is looking at the cars. It's the car itself feeding the data. So there is no way around getting around that, avoiding the radar. And also, we're looking at more data that can come. So we can actually, when a car is speeding, we can instantly see the name and the plate number of the driver. But that also allows us to see if someone is driving for 100 kilometers and for like 200 meters he or she sped a little, then maybe there was something wrong. It's not actually worth a traffic fine. So we can have new rules and patterns. Now, same data, same models, and we can look into another scenario, emergency and dispatch. What if something happens? How fast can we know that something happened? How fast can we see that basically an accident happened? Do we wait until the driver who may be in a bad situation report it to us, or can we know it? With that, we can actually know it at once. And once that happens, we can look at how we can dispatch. So let's see if I can find ambulances around, and I can see there is one here. It takes 17 minutes to go. I can see there is another one, 9 minutes. I'll dispatch this one. I'll look for the fire trucks. Maybe they need it. Now, if I also have maybe a helicopter that is parked in the Pearl, I can dispatch that as well. And this way, all of my incidents are immediately handled. And I can have on the right-hand side here, you see we have a list of all the incidents that happen. On the lower side, the emergency response times that it took, and then I can aggregate that data and look at it on a day or a week and see the patterns in that. So far, so good? Okay, looking at another aspect of the same data again, we have the telemetry coming. So we need to look at the environment as well. So how much energy consumption is happening, how much fuel consumption, and what are the patterns through the day. So for example, the last information that we have that per capita in Qatar is almost over 3,000 kilograms of crude oil, the equivalent of that in terms of energy consumption. And we can see in the roads, which roads have the highest fuel consumption. Remember, the data is coming from all the cars and we can have it plotted on that. So we can get the intelligence that can drive this. And also we can break it down, whether it's public buses, taxis, private cars, which type of vehicles are causing the most energy consumption. I'll quickly run to one of my favorite, which is the parking. So parking is one of those problems where you wonder why we don't have advanced models. So you pay the same money for the parking over extended hours, whether the parking is free or not. Although if I am a parking owner, I would encourage people if the parking is empty and then raise my prices. Why am I not being charged by the minute? Why am I charged by the hour? Lots of business models that can come if we have the right technology supported. Now imagine if the parking areas were geo-fenced in the cloud, so we can actually decide not in a constant way, where is the parking and what is the toll for that. So for example here, we look at this parking, we can see the cars that are going in, we can see the plates and we can see when they came in, and that opens up a whole new business model for the management of the parking and what we can do with this data later. Last one that I will show you, and again, lots of things to love about this, is this part, the part about the machine learning, the traffic prediction. As you get this kind of technology and as you get the data coming and big data on the cloud, what you can do with it is using things like Azure Stream Analytics. You can do the analysis on the fly and actually detect the incidents, detect what's happening. But you also get the treasure that is the data, and then you can apply machine learning on it. And there are many applications today that can tell you if this route is okay or will take long or congested, but there aren't many applications that will tell you what route to take 1 week from now on an afternoon. Will it be empty or not? And that is something that you can get out of the machine learning. You can do predictive modeling of the data. Now, I hope this was useful, but I want to turn it into one thing. I know that we have an offer. I think, where's Akram? Yeah. So what these colleagues did is actually a hackathon. They did all of that. I think it was less than 3 days that they finished all of that. Everyone in the room can start doing things like this. I mean, the basic principles are the same, whether you're starting from an IoT device or you're starting from the line of business application in your organization. The services are up on the cloud. You can actually start feeding the data, building big data models, applying the analytics on that, applying even machine learning on that, and it's all for free. And part of that is the Microsoft Gulf team is doing a very nice job. There is a very important resource I would encourage you all to do. Everybody knows Microsoft Virtual Academy, MVA. I see a couple of hands. We need to see lots of more hands than this. The name of the site is Microsoft Virtual Academy, oneword.com, and it is free training. So you get free training on lots of things. One of them is the cloud and Azure. I think the guys have these for you later, which have free Azure passes, so you can actually learn about everything that we talked about, and you can start applying it for free and trying how do I benefit from the power of the cloud on Azure today. Now, I may have covered a few things and I did it fast, but I want to get back to something Isabel said in the opening, in the keynote. You remember the 3 circles, which are the 3 ambitions we have in Microsoft. I may have talked about 2 of them more, which is the creating more personal computing. So personal computing in terms of the ink and the touch and the experience that you have here, that you have on the devices. And I also talked a little about the intelligent cloud and how you can use that power with the data to really provide more services. But the third dimension, which is reinventing the productivity and business processes, I will introduce my colleague Ghada, who will be taking us through the Office 365 and Office 2016. Thank you. Good luck.
All right. I feel really humbled and excited today of having some of the greatest people in Microsoft warming up the stage for me. I believe this is going to be the last session before you enjoy the expo. I'm going to talk today about the productivity reinvented. So the work and a business have really changed in the past decade tremendously, and Microsoft have invested to invest in that future and anticipate and take advantage of it. So today what we have and the commitment to make the workplace redefined and the productivity reinvented to empower every single person in the organization to be more productive and more enabled. Today, this is an Innovation Summit, is a great example of what the Office 365 enable every single person in our organization to come together in one place, create and brainstorm and put the idea in one table without any blocking of a geographical or any time zones to be today and having this great experience, hopefully for you. So today, the social network communication is the most effective network and communication that we have today. And from 2013, we had almost anticipated to have 200 million of enterprise usage in a more social platform, what we have in Yammer, for example, in Microsoft, to a more than 500 million to be in 2020. Now, all this anticipation, the social network have enabled the sharing knowledge, communication, and idea, which accelerated the large scale of growth. Sharing information have enabled a lot of enterprises to be more innovative, responsive, and having that skill for problem solving and learning. Now, to have all that, it's what making the enterprise exceed, right, and success. We committed to empower every single organization in Microsoft, whether you are a giant enterprise or even a small family local business. Now, what we have today more in our organization is this hierarchy, where information travel in a lot more slower pace to arrive to that right person to make the right decision. Now, a lot of my colleagues have introduced the devices growth, the wearables. What we see that the Internet of Things, the IoT, the smart home, the smart fridge, the smart bulbs that you might have in your home in the coming 3-4 years, it's gonna make the massive increase of all the intelligent and cloud computing devices around of us. So we expecting in 2020 to have the Internet of Things devices is more than troubling and introduce the mobile and devices. So you can see I have here my Microsoft band. I own 2 cell phones and I have 3 laptops. It outnumbers the human that we have today in this one room. So in 2006, we shifted from 0.15 zettabyte to around the estimation of 2020 to more than 44 zettabyte. That's more 44 trillion gigabytes. Now, all this information that we create and generate, copy in an hour basis, it's just a massive. It just exceeds our human brain threshold to consume and make sense of that data. So the millennial that gonna make the majority of your workforce in the coming years. I remember when I just left the college and university, I was more introduced to work in a more group and community in my graduation project or any assignment. After graduation, when I left to my first job, I didn't have that capabilities in my workplace to empower me to accelerate my learning curve. And luckily, when I moved to Microsoft a few years ago, when I had introduced to that intelligent cloud productivity solution, I just unbelievably, my growth of learning just accelerated. I became more innovative. I work a lot with my colleagues, sharing ideas. Today, I communicate with my counterpart in the US, Turkey, across the Gulf, or even Western Europe to bring the ideas, make a decision and much faster without even worrying of any time zones. Now you think why I have shared all that information of what's gonna happen in 2020. We know that all the information that we created, technology was supposed to help us make the right decision, to make our life easier. Now with the 44 zettabyte that we're gonna have in amount only 4 years from now, it's just gonna make our life much harder. Now we know making the right decision in the right time with the market toughness nowadays, it's just gonna be unbelievably to have your business sustainable, profitable, or even grow. Now, Office 365 and the rest of our productivity tools is gonna evolve in 3 more pillars. Is pillars for the teamwork and networks. It have the personal organization insight and people-centric. So the shift is gonna happen whether we like it or not. It's just gonna happen maybe in a faster pace than our adoption. Now the modern meetings. Now you've seen the Surface Hub. It works beautifully with the Sky for Business, OneNote. You can put it in one room and you just create a more massive integration with the rest of your team virtually. Imagine how much you're gonna cut the cost of the traveling and commuting with having that solution sitting next to your office. Now the content creation in Office, the new ad and feature of the Office is evolve more in collaboration, content sharing. After you have been in that meeting with the Sky for Business, OneNote, and the Surface Hub, is where the production of the ideas is gonna come, is where you're gonna put everyone in one place in a Word document or even PowerPoint or OneNote. And you have the OneDrive as a fundamental, SharePoint Online, for example, is a place to share all that content. Now, human mobility. We have that vision to have the office everywhere. Whatever device you use, is an iPhone, Android, Macintosh, or even Windows 10. Now, human mobility is gonna enable us to have our customer, their partners, their customer, the clients all getting connected together, for example, in Yammer or even Skype for Business. Today, doctors can connect with their patient in just one click of Skype for Business. And it's gonna have, for example, the teacher and their student connected in 24/7 if they would like. And even the recruiters, they can just create and conduct the interviews online. We are just committing to make your life much easier. Now, this is my favorite app that Microsoft just introduced, especially in our generation. We call it Sway. And I remember, like a few weeks ago, around in December, I have heard one of the best quotes in my life about Office 365. I was showcasing Sway to one of the influencers in the media, and after 20 minutes of a pitch, she told me, oh my God, I have a goosebumps. The first time I feel that about a technology. It's a new technology that enables you to create a story. We know when you visualize your content, it will make much more sense to the audience. It's just an unbelievably easy. I'm not a graphic designer or even an artist, and I can just create a whole Sway experience in just 10, 15 minutes. Now, the personal organization inside, this is where we have the data that we mentioned as a 44 zettabyte that we're gonna have in a few years. It's gonna make this data, it's your data, we're gonna give you a service that is based in the machine learning to make it more sense for you, it learned, and it gave you the right information to make the right decision at the same time. Office Graph, that's what you're using a sophisticated machine learning to connect content and people together. Delve and Organization Analytical, it's one of the newest add-on to the Office 365. It gave you a nice view of how many hours you spend in checking in emails and how many hours you actually spending connecting with the rest of your team. And it started to give you a more suggestion on that. Power BI and Excel 2016, it's the most powerful and analytical business you have. Now you have the basic one for everyone who's subscribing for Office 365 for today. Now this is something I'm really proud and Microsoft is really proud about. Now we accelerated our innovation with the technology and what's happening today, but not even for a second we compromise your privacy, your compliance, and your security. We believe that you have the right to use whatever device you need in a more secured and privacy way to secure business from against the competition. Now, Office 2016 have been launched on the 23rd of September 2015. I'm gonna show you a really short video highlighting the key features.
Now there was a time when you loved me so I couldn't go wrong. Now you need to know how you like me now, how you like me now, how you like me now, how you like me now. Remember the time. How you like me now? I can't wait. How you like me now? 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 How you like me now?
And now we're gonna do just a very 5 minutes quick of a demo. And you can see in the both sides. Now this is my Office 365 portal. This is what the first thing I check in the morning before heading to work. Let's say I just remembered last night, I'm gonna just need to add a small addition in my Word document that's saved in the OneDrive. So when I click in the OneDrive, that's all my document that I have it there and to who I'm sharing with. And now I remember that I want to add a little bit more picture to my Word document. This is the Word Online. Now, Office 365 gives you the option to work whether online or your application at the desktop. I'm just going to work with my application desktop. Now, I just want to add a picture from the internet, and without even leaving that Word document, I just can right-click and we have introduced something called the Smart Lookup. It brings you a data live from the ping. And it's gonna bring me a little bit more content and even a live picture. I just wanna drag and drop that picture here. And it's really interesting. If you notice, I just right-click in the chemical. However, it took the whole context of the chemical spill and actually gave me a little bit more articles right away from the Bing. Now, let's say I finished that, and without even leaving that document again, I just can click share, and I'm gonna share it with my colleague, Julian. And I can, from that view, change the permission, whether from edit or view, but I would like to have Julian to add some of his data into that picture. And now it just sent in an email right away to the link of that document. You remember my OneDrive with all the other documents? Jolien will not have access to that because I only granted a permission for that Word document. And now you can see Jolien here. I'm just gonna give him a quick Now I'm gonna move to my Outlook. Now you can see it's a very neat, light interface that we created for the Office 2016. And I would like to just drag drop that Word document. We have introduced something we call the modern attachment file. When I click here, I can see all the recent documents without even leaving that box. You can see the chemical spill that I just shared it with the Jolien is sitting there as the most recent. And you can see there's a little cloud and there's a document without little cloud. With a cloud, that means it's sitting in my OneDrive. So let's say if I attach it, and I can just put the change permission to a view only, because I'm just gonna share it with the Molly. I just want a Molly to print that document without even an editing, and I can just shoot the email to her. Now, after arriving to the office, I would like to do a more of Excel. We have introduced something called Tell Me and One-Click Forecast. I'm really not that good with the Excel sheet. I have here a raw data of information, but I need to submit it to my manager to have the forecast view. So, as I told you, I'm really not good with Excel. I forgot where to do that. So I'm just gonna put forecast and give me the forecast sheet. And here is it. It would just one click, it just did a forecasting, more interesting graph of my raw data. Personally, I like it, and I'm just gonna have it here in another sheet. Now, this view is not really interesting and not easy to read. I'm just gonna right-click it here, and we have a sunburst view. And it just clicked and made it more interesting view. Now I'm gonna move to another device. Let's again, I'm gonna go to the airport and I need to continue in my personal phone. As you see here, right? This is my iPhone. This is an iOS. And you can see in the first page, you have the application of the Office 365 available in the Apple Store. I'm just gonna start. You remember when I said about Delve that give you more organizational, smart, intelligent, and machine learning apps? I'm just gonna click on Delve. And you can see here all the people I have in my organization I work with. Remember Jolien? That's Jolien, my colleague. And I can see what he's actually working on. He gave that permission to share it with the rest of the people. Let's see, here is a Word document. And I see that she's sharing the trader of the US. I'm gonna just open it to add some of the information or just to print it to my view. And just brought me the data without even leaving the Delve app. There's another interesting app. It's called the Video. We know that creating libraries of the media is really expensive if you are just a media and a digital company. Now the Office 365 Video, it allows you to upload the video in a categorized channels. Let's say I'm gonna click here, I'm gonna go to the information technology, and I'm gonna say, gonna see all the videos that actually the IT department have just created. You can see Office 365 Pro Plus training that you can just push to your employees. Now Sway. the last but not the least. Now, this is way that I talked about, the story digital telling. Now, I created this way actually in a big screen in my office, but it just adapted its view to a small screen in my iPhone. And you can see a very high resolution storytelling. Move slowly, I can add the galleries without even concerning about the size of the file, and I'm going to tell you why now. Because actually this document is just a URL link. You can just share that URL link with your customers, with your partners, with your students, without even worrying about the size of that document. And I hope you really enjoyed it. Before just shifting to the slides. Now we're gonna share with you what's gonna happen in 2020, but this is how we picture the future of the Office 365 and productivity. Enjoy the video.
All right, so here we come to the closing of this fantastic day. I want to thank you all for sticking with us for the whole day. I hope you liked the presentation, the content, the story about transformation, the story about mobile first, cloud first, and all the devices and technologies and the demos and the use scenario that we brought. Please feel free to connect with the Microsoft team for any further follow-up that you need, because I think it's important that we follow up on any interest that you have on any of the things that you've heard today. We're going to do more of this, because I think we're committed to continue to bringing knowledge to a country that really respects value, and we want to be as impactful and of value to this generous country. Now, we want you to after we close now, go enjoy the lunch on the side. Please stick around because we're going to do the raffle for the Lumia and for the Surface Pro outside. There's the Techno show outside. Please pass by the booth of the Microsoft booth, the Ooredoo booth, and our partners. I want to remind you that Ooredoo are selling on-site the Lumia phones and the Surface Pro for if you like to check it. And then enjoy it. And we're going to have the raffle there. And then I wish you all the best. But before I close, we still have a few seconds. Tomorrow is the Qatar National Day. And as Microsoft, I want to wish all of you a great tomorrow is a sports day. And I want to wish you all a great sports day with a small video of what Microsoft is doing on the sports and what does it mean. I just want to tell you in advance, I am personally a Barcelona fan, but you're going to see a Real Madrid video because of the work Microsoft is doing at Real Madrid and we're proud of.
Cada día nos ofrecen nuevos desafíos. Y oportunidades para crecer y aprender.
Para aprovecharlas hace falta pasión, trabajo duro
y sacarle el máximo partido a cada instante, estés donde estés.
Compartiéndolo todo con los que tienes cerca y un poco más lejos.
Porque no estamos solos en esto.
Juntos hacemos que la pasión aumente en cada momento.
Y por mucho que consigamos,
siempre sentimos lo mismo. Quiero más.
And actually, the work we're doing at Real Madrid by connecting more 300 million fans to what they're trying to do using technology is just amazing. So on this occasion, again, I want to wish all of you happy Qatar Sports National Day tomorrow. Enjoy it. And again, thank you for being with us today for the whole morning. Please join us for lunch. Be at the booth, and we're going to have the raffle there. And the team will be there if you want to connect. Thank you very much for being with us.
The expo and inside as well, put them all together into 2 boxes, just to be totally fair. So again, we have 2 Surface Pro 4s that we're giving away, and we have 4 Lumia 950 XL. This is your last minute to fill out the feedback form, last minute. Give 15 seconds and we'll move on to the next winner. So if everybody inside who possibly filled out a feedback form would like to come outside, let me send our ushers in there to get them out. There we go. Okay. Who feels like a lucky winner today? Anybody feel like a lucky winner? I think we have winners on this side. How about the middle down here? Any lucky winners? There we go. There we go. That's how we do it. Okay. That's it. Feedback forms are officially closed. We have them right here. Our 2 beautiful magic boxes loaded with the feedback forms. All right, again, just a reminder, we need you to accept the terms and conditions and have your ID on standby so we can prove that you are them. Then you have to fill out one little form with our lovely ladies here. And when you do that, you can take your lucky prize home. Are you ready to get going? Let's ready. We are ready. Okay. Let's go for our first camera rolling. Okay. All right, here we go. The first prize that we're giving out right now, very simply, is the Lumia 950 XL. We've got 4 of them. There's 3 here, and there's 1 that's ready to be yours if your name is called out. So, let me take my hand in, dig through. I'm not cheating, look, I'm looking at you. I can see the flight coming in to land at the airport, okay. Okay, this is good handwriting, yes. Salma Shahalabi. Salma? Are you here? Oh, amazing. Salma Shahabi. Congratulations, our first Lumia 950 XL goes to Salma. Please welcome Salma, our first winner. Hello. Cool. Ladies first, right? I know this. What are we, 98%, 99% guys here? Cool. Oh yes, again, just a reminder, we need you to showcase your ID. I mean, we're pretty sure that's her, but just in case we'd like to see an ID, so. That was our lucky box number 1. Let's see. Let's give it some more time so we can see our second one here. And Selma has officially showed us her ID, so there we go. Congratulations, Selma, all right. Now we got another Lumia 950 XL to give away. We picked from this box, now let's switch the next box and find out who our second winner is gonna be here. All right, let's go. Open the magic box. That's a lot of feedback forms, bro. Okay. Okay. Muhammad Alam. Muhammad Alam? Muhammad Alam. I'll give you another 15 seconds. Muhammad Alam from ICT. Going once. He's inside. Muhammad Alam, you still eating? Muhammad Alam going once, going twice. Sorry, Muhammad, you are not with our lucky winners today. Okay, so we're in the same box because we picked in the same box. Okay. Digging deep, digging deep. Okay, there's some gold, there's some oil down there, natural gas. Okay. Benu Jacob. Benu Jacob from Al Futayim Group. Benu Jacob? Is he also still eating? Benu Jacob! Is that him? That's him. Congratulations. All right. Hey, Benu, congratulations. Benu wins with us a Lumia 950 XL. Come on through. Here you go. It's okay here. Wait, do we need your ID? Yes, we do. That is correct. Thank you very much. Benu ID. There we go. And before you do, please come and stand and take a picture for the camera. There you go. Camera's right there. Congratulations, second winner. Still got 4 prizes to go. 4 prizes. That's true. In case you don't win, you can always buy it, of course. But you can buy it right here, right now. But of course, it's nice when you get it for free too, because you know. Okay, so that is second box. Now back to the first box for another Lumia 950 XL. Another Lumia 950 XL to dig in very deep and try to see who could be our lucky winner to get this box. Okay. Smithel Scaria. Smithel Scaria? Did I pronounce that correctly? Smithel! All right! All right, congrats. Congratulations, congratulations. Just need to show your ID. That is the winning document right there. I like it, the ID is ready to go, you know. Win a prize, you get to take it home right away. Quick one, smile for the camera. Miss Universe. All right, cool. We still got one more Lumia 950 XL, then we have 2 Surface Pro 4s. So you still got a chance. We're halfway done. Still got half the prizes to go. So we finished from box number 1, back to box number 2. Let's see who's gonna be the winner of the last Lumia 950 XL. Digging deep in here, trying to find another lucky document. Believe in faith. And, okay. Binod Chandran. Binod Chandran from Alpha Tree. Binoy Chandran from Alpha Tree. Hey! Congratulations. Congratulations, brother. Thank you. Cool. Just need to show your ID. We can make sure we're all in there. Congratulations. So those are the 4 Lumia 950 XLs so far. Again, keep your IDs on standby just in case. Okay, please stand here. One more time, everybody, big round of applause for Binoid. Yeah, congratulations. 2 more big prizes. The 2 more big prizes as we go, okay. Now back to box number 1. For the Surface Pro 4, which you've seen the demos of earlier today, and of course they're located on the exhibition stands if you'd like to take a look at it yourself. But our first lucky winner who's going to be taking one of these Surface Pro 4s today, is it going to be you? Is it going to be you? You? Yeah, okay. I hope so. Okay, here we go. Gotta get a single paper out of here. That is a single piece of paper. Shiva Singh. Shiva Singh from techview.me. Shiva. All right. Shiva with a beard. Cheers. How's it going? Congratulations, man. Just need to show your ID just to make sure you're correct in there and so. Correct. Did you guys have a good lunch, by the way? Food is good, really good here, huh? I thought that was really nice. Even the breakfast was good. So I know that there's another appointment some of you might have at 2:30. So we're gonna go ahead and go for our last lucky winner for the amazing Surface Pro 4. The last final Surface Pro 4. Oh wait, we didn't take your picture, did we? Yeah, ladies, let's come and take a nice picture of this. Here we go. Stand right here, right here. Here's your magic spot. 15 seconds of fame. All in. Okay, smile at the drone. Okay, smile at the drone. Everybody wave to the drone. Hey! There we go. That'll end up in the final edit, right? Okay, are you ready for the final Surface Pro prize for the day? Again, a big thank you to all of you for taking part with your feedback forms and giving us all the information that we needed here as well. So, our last winner, the amazing Surface Pro 4. Wow, there's a lot of paper in here. Okay. Is it a single piece of paper? It is a single piece of paper. Okay, our final winner of the day, Hossam Afghani. Hossam Afghani? Is that you, Hossam? Hossam. Do we have a Hossam Afghani? If we don't, we move on. So hold on, don't leave just yet. Hossam Afghani? Ah, see? This is why it's good to have friends here. In case he left, run after him. Is he in the bathroom? We're gonna give it up in about 5 seconds if he doesn't show up. Hossam Afghani. Hold on, his friend's looking for him. Winak! Sorry, Hossam, and Hossam's friend, I'm sorry. Sorry, bro. Okay, that's 2. So you also have a chance to win, okay? Do you still think you're lucky? Let's do this. It's pretty amazing we had a woman win the first round. I was like, wow. Okay. Our final winner, Abdul Rashid from Al Zaman Exchange. Abdul Rashid M. It's just M. Is that you? Is your name Abdul Rashid M from Al Zaman Exchange? Let's just make sure we have that right. Hold on, we need to check with our fantastic judge Ruba to make sure we're all correct here. our judges are making a call. We'll take a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Congratulations, Abdul Rashid Correct. Right. Congratulations. The amazing Microsoft Surface Pro 4 is yours. Hold it in here. Let's wait. Let's look at the camera. Hold on a second. Hold on. So hold on. All right, let's stand right over here. There you go. Congratulations to all of our lucky winners. It's been a fantastic afternoon here today. Thank you very much. Congrats. All right. Good stuff, mate. Good stuff.